Hi, hello, welcome to the Casual Commons, where we are all common people, casually just dreading existence. So I've been thinking about making this video for a while, and I am currently transitioning projects at my job, and my roommates are out of town, and I have no plans for the weekend. It's a nice, beautiful day outside in New York City, but I think we're just gonna stay inside and chat. Some people may say that, Harrison, you should go get some therapy, but I say that costs money, and like recording myself talking into a microphone into my phone is cheaper, it's affordable. So basically, I don't know what the right word for what I'm feeling is, but I feel like it's just like existential dread in a sense. Like, I don't want to say it's like depression or anything, but like, I don't know. I was like watching Netflix and, like Eat, Pray, Love, like the little preview popped up. I haven't actually seen the movie. And little Miss Homegirl she was like, I used to have a zest for life. I used to enjoy eating food. And I was like, girl, you're right. Like, what's going on? So I just wanted to do like a non-scripted video and just blarb out all my feelings and thoughts. And I didn't write a like little script or like have anything for this, so I apologize if it goes in circles and it just doesn't make sense to you, but whatevs. So you know what, let's go make some coffee first and we'll chat. Okay, don't judge the pre-made coffee, but my roommate went out of town and she was like, I can't finish it, so you can have it. And I was like, I'll take it. And if I don't have to make coffee, the more the better. So how do I explain this? How like Maslow's hierarchy is like, your basic needs, and then like at the very top, it's like enlightenment. I'm very privileged to say that, like I have the basic needs met. I have not all the money in the world, but like more money than I ever thought I would have. I'm making more money than I ever thought. I live in New York City. I have my own room, and like my apartment, I have roommates, but my apartment has a washer and dryer, so it's like I'm living luxury, and I'm about to move to like an even better building. So it's like, what am I complaining about? I don't know. Like I mentioned, it's a beautiful Saturday outside in New York City, but like I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I don't even know if I really want to play video games, and like that's something I really love doing, or if I'm just trying to pass time until like Monday, where I'm distracted by work for 8 hours, And it's like, I don't feel, it's not affecting my life to the point where I'm not getting my work done. I'm not achieving goals I'm setting out for myself, but it's just like, oh, the feeling I was thinking about was like, what is like next, because like in elementary school, you're like, oh, like I gotta get to 5th or 6th grade, so I can be like the biggest kid. And like you think of things like by week, like you're just in school and you go through math class and English class, and all of a sudden it's Friday and you look forward to recess. Then middle school, you're just like, oh, I can't wait to be like a high schooler. And then in high school, you're like, I can't wait to drive. And then I can't wait to graduate and go to college, or like, go to work afterwards. And then in college, you have like those 4 years and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I can't, like I'm having a lot of fun. I can't wait to like graduate and like go to work and like make money. But then now it's like, what am I looking forward to? I always just thought of my life as like chapters, but now it's like, what is the next chapter? It just seems so vast, and I feel like I'm doing the same thing every day. I feel like I'm not doing anything productive, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, like I'm making money, I'm saving money, but it's like, what am I building towards? I feel like in previous stages of life, you had like, to put in like gaming terms, you had like quests, but now like we're at end game, it's like, what am I doing? Like there's just so much to do, and I feel like I don't know, and that's kind of a weird thing for me. And I think like another thing is like, when I was younger, and I feel like people can relate to this, is the whole world, like this is you, and like this is like the whole world, it's like you were pretty much like the main character. You occupied a big chunk of the world. So I feel like the world is so big, and now I am still the same size as when I was like a child. I don't know how I feel about that. Positive, negative, I don't really know, but it just feels weird to think about it in that sense. Another thing I was thinking about is like, I don't feel the need to like go and do things in New York City. And I feel like that just boils down to me. I do have friends. I don't want to say I don't have friends because like it invalidates them, but I feel like I don't have a ride or die. I like am single, so I feel like doing things in New York City alone is not as fun and expensive. So it's like, why do it, you know? But I think about that and I'm just like, well, you know, I shouldn't rush into a relationship just to have someone to do things with, just to feel like half of something, you know? Because I also think that's unhealthy. I accept the fact that I am single. I'm happy with it. I love being with me, but you know, like I always think about like, oh, it'd be fun to like have someone to do things with, and like talk about things very intimately with, but I just don't have that. And so it's something like I reconcile with all the time. I'm just like, am I lonely or am I just like alone, you know? I feel like I don't have a friend where like on a Saturday morning, like as nice as this, I could be like, yo, let's just go to the park and like lay down and like do nothing, you know, or like let's take a walk or whatever. I feel like with my friends, we like to plan. So because like I had no plans for this weekend, I'm just sitting here doing nothing, which is fine. But I don't know, is this like FOMO where like I see people doing stuff and I'm just like, oh, I should do stuff even if it's like not what they're doing, you know? Like that probably is FOMO. It's just thinking about like what's next, because there's like nothing next, you know, like I mean other than like death, but you know that, you know, fingers crossed, you know, doesn't happen for a while, but there's just like no path forward, you know? Again, when we were younger, it was like the path forward is like, you know, you go through school, you go to college, you go straight into the workforce, you go to like a trade school. So there were very defined paths and like there were criteria to meet and you would know the criteria you needed to meet. So it was easy, but like now it's like what to do. And for some people, I think it's like, you know, have a significant other, get married, have a child. But again, talk about the significant other. But then like, girl, I'm not ready to have no kids, but also like, I'm not about to have a kid to just to give my life meaning, you know? Like, yeah, I do understand. And like, I'm fully willing to, if I ever have children, give my life for them because that's what I, you know, would want. Like that's what my parents I think did for me. So, you know, like if I'm making the serious decision to like start a family, it's like that is my path forward and that is like my end game, you know? But like I'm just not there yet. So it's like what, there's no like discussion of like even when, you know, because like I'm probably gonna adopt. So it's like there's no like immediate window. Like people are like, I need to get pregnant by like 30 or whatever. I don't got that issue. And I feel also when it like comes to working every week, it's like I go from my computer, my laptop, work laptop screen to my gaming PC screen to my phone screen to fall asleep, and that's just it. And I know it's like it's a pandemic, so I know we're not doing things, I know we're not traveling, but it's just like I guess even pre-pandemic it was like this, you know, for me at least. And I feel like going back to like the Eat, Pray, Love thing of like, I used to feel like a zest for life. I think back on it, I'm like, did I ever feel like a zest for life? Am I just like walking through things? So like, clear example is like whenever I think I would travel and go to museums, like, you know, you're like, oh, it's so cool to like look at these things. I don't know if I find things cool, like whenever, say like I go to the Met down the street in New York City, I just like walk past things and I'm just like, I look at it and I'm like, I'm good. I feel like people admire things, people marvel at it. They'll read the descriptions, they want to learn more about it. And I'm just like, cool, I like the way that looks. And then we're good, you know? And maybe that's like how I interpret art, but I feel like that's how I see the world, which I feel like could be a problem, you know? Like, am I going too fast? Am I not taking enough time to admire just like small things? Am I just waiting for the next thing? And like, that's my issue. Cause like there is no next thing, you know? And like every year since I've been a working adult, I've moved and I always peg the next part of life, the next chapter on the next place I live in. But like whenever I move there, nothing really changes, you know? It's like, oh, like it's nicer, I have my own room, It's a different neighborhood, so it's like it's kind of fun learning like the way I should like flow through life, or like, you know, like how to get groceries, or like where do I need to go to like get this certain item. I always think that like my life will like change in the next location I'm in. It just never does, and I feel like I always have this like existential dread like following me. And then I think of like these feelings and emotions and just thoughts as negative, which I guess there's no way around it, like they are, but I would like to fix them. I don't want to have them. But then that like begs the argument of, you know, like what's so bad about them? You know, I think, is it just natural to feel this way sometimes? And like, should we not like decide, where am I going with this? I think what I want to say is like, these are natural thoughts. I don't like having them, but like I should sit there and like think about them and like be in my head, you know? There's nothing wrong with like having negative thoughts and just like sitting with them, or like having negative emotions and just sitting with them and working through them. But I just feel like it's almost annoying is the word. It's like, damn, like I'm just trying to like live life. Like I'm playing video games and having fun, and all of a sudden this existential dread just like comes all over me. I didn't mean it like that. But like, I'll give you like a clear example, right? I download a fun game, or like I download a game from like my childhood that I used to play for like hours and hours, and I play it for like an entire Saturday. I love it. I am having the time of my life. I order food and like it gets delivered because I got money now. I just sit and I play games and the world cannot stop me. Then Sunday rolls around. I log on. I play for like an hour, and all of a sudden I'm just thinking, like, what's the point? What is the point in me getting to end game? What is the point in me building like this legendary weapon? What is the point in me leveling up? Because this is all fake, and I don't know if it's even contributing to real life or like my happiness. And that like cycle rinses and repeats. So like in elementary school, or like when we were younger, we would have like giant breaks. Like winter break lasted forever, even though it was like 3-4 weeks. And then summer break was like forever times 3, because it was like 3 months. And I could play games every single day for the entire break and not have an issue. But now it's like sometimes I can't even like log on. Like I turn on my computer and I'm just like, I don't even know if I like want to launch the game and do anything. So it's like, what is this? You know, like how do I like get the joy that I derived like as a kid from playing video games? I think it all like boils back to like that argument of, or like that thought I had about the world was like this big, and like we were this big, the same size when we were younger. Like our day to day like was the world, but now we're older and we're still tiny, but the world expanded, and there's just so many other things to like take care of, that playing video games or enjoying seems to be a waste sometimes, which is a bad thing. Like we're supposed to be vibing, you know, but Oh, and you know, I was thinking like, oh, what can I do to like enjoy life and like pass the time by? And my mind like goes to the people that like party on Instagram, you know, but like that seems exhausting, you know. Like I have like 1 or 2 drinks and I'm just like, because I'm Asian and like I can't process the alcohol, but like also because you wake up groggy and like nasty the next day, and then you still gotta work on Monday. Like I don't want to have that feeling drag through to Monday. So I don't know, like what do we do if, I mean, okay, obviously like partying is like not the whole thing, but it's just like that's what people in their 20s do in New York City. So like what do I do if that's like exhausting to me and like I wouldn't want to do it every single weekend, you know? For a moment in life I was just like very content because I had pulled my self-worth and just like entire life and being in existence like out of work. I guess like you could call it like my day occupation, right? Like school used to be like my life. Like, hello, I'm an Asian nerd, you know, I went to college, like, come on. That used to be my entire life. And then so is college. And then so pretty much was like my first year of working. Like that used to just be like my life, like, and my identity. And it was a way like I made friends. But when I had a point where I was just like, I didn't enjoy my job, and I pulled my existence out of that and put it into like saving for retirement, you know, and that was great for a while. But now it's like I'm going through like another growth phase, I'll call it, you know. Let's be a little positive about this. I'm going through like a little growth phase of like okay, well, I can't just put all of my existence into an arbitrary number because money is fake. So like, what do I do now? Who knows? And like, I feel like having this existential dread is, or like at least talking about it is a step forward, you know? I don't know what will fix it. Y'all don't say therapy. I really cannot afford her right now. Or maybe I should say like, I don't want to pay for her. Don't fucking say therapy in the comments. But I don't know. We're at 20 minutes of recording. I'm probably going to cut it down for sure. There's just a lot of like unnecessary points in this video, but maybe I should like do a follow-up later and maybe gather my thoughts a bit more. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you relate or like what you did to, I guess, like combat this, because like I hate this feeling. So like any tips you got for me to get through this, highly appreciate. Except, you know, again, don't put fucking therapy in the comments. No, I don't want to afford therapy, so don't tell me that. This is my therapy. Literally recording and like talking into the void is my therapy. Anyways, thank you for watching. I guess I'll see you on the next video.